Still remember first time I met Lance, definitely an out-of-the-box thinker, and always kind of had all these different crazy ideas.
Every Friday, Lance would come in just on his own time and work on his own little project, and slowly we started hearing more about it.
He created experimental penguins back in 2000.
He had these big blobby-looking penguins kind of walking around and talking to each other, and that was kind of all they did on a white screen.
I had this ambitious idea to build a massive multiplayer snowball war game.
What if we take some of the same stuff you're building and kind of just make a world?
By late 2004, early 2005, created Penguin Chat 3 as a test for Club Penguin.
Penguin Chat 3 was us trying to progress the game and progress the experience. And I'm sure we would have done Penguin Chat 4, Penguin Chat 5, as long as we... But we knew that we eventually had to move it from being this mini game to being its own thing.
Club Penguin.
Club Penguin was never just a game. It was a family, a community. It was a place where kids and teens could come together and communicate and express emotion. It was always more than a game. A world where you could waddle around, meet new friends, play games, and throw snowballs anytime you wanted. Club Penguin will always be a special game in our hearts, and it will always touch all of us. This great game known as Club Penguin launched 11 years ago after the success of Experimental Penguins and Penguin Chat. From that point on, the way we saw online games would change forever. The beta party marked the start of Club Penguin's decade of fun and changed the face of virtual worlds as we knew it. Club Penguin was making waves all over the world as kids were logging in constantly. Monthly week-long parties kept players coming as kids were wondering what the future would hold for their little penguins. Parties like the Western Party and the Water Party, the Festival of Snow and the Winter Luau, the Fall Fair and the Puffle Party, all these parties inspired us to play every week, waiting for the newest release in the newspaper, talking about upcoming events. Eventually, the game started to slow down though. With the purchase of Club Penguin by Disney in 2007, more parties became takeovers starting in 2012. Instead of original and wacky parties, parties became Marvel takeovers and Star Wars takeovers. From this point on, the support and player base for Club Penguin would shrink. Parties became month-long, more and more features required memberships, and more parties became Find 3 games. Club Penguin was changing for the worse. The community was still there though. Players online on social media sites like Twitter still continued to support the game, even throughout its toughest, least popular years. The community had always kept the game going. Roleplay still occurred and penguins still got together. Penguins would attempt to tip the iceberg for years, knowing it wouldn't happen. 5 years later, Club Penguin announced it would be shutting its doors on March 29, 2017. This broke players' hearts community-wide, and all members of the community started going through emotional roller coasters, thinking about all the memories that they had obtained from this great game. But players didn't realize a secret was on the way. As of late January, players could officially do something that had never been done before. They could tip the iceberg. Players flooded the servers and attempted to tip the iceberg, and players were lucky enough to see the iceberg flip for the first time in 11 years. The Penguins had finally done it. Club Penguin is now being replaced by a new game called Club Penguin Island. This game is now in 3D and features more roleplay and allows for more community cohesiveness than the previous game. The game is to release on March 29th, 2017 as well. Not only is the new game mobile only, but it gives Disney and Club Penguin the chance to start over and achieve something greater than before. A bigger, stronger community. Together we can build an island, create a community, and even tip an iceberg. Waddle on.